So, here we are, TGM X Factor review. It is back, yep, we haven't hidden away, we haven't run away, so I apologise for you who wondering where the hell did week 3 go. Unfortunately, this camera here just didn't want to work for me. So, it's working now. If you want to know what my thoughts on week 3 were, well, it wasn't really much of an interesting week. I mean, apart from our French friend who destroyed Mariah Carey, it wasn't really much of an interesting X Factor. But let's concentrate more on week 4, which is, yep, you've guessed it, Glasgow, London and Birmingham reviews of the auditions. So we'll kick things off with the crap award, the most crap performance, and although we had quite a few crap performances this time round, we had David Francis and the Hubber bloke from Glasgow, but the winner has to go to that all jazz duo, basically meaning an old woman and her dog, and basically saying that, oh, the dog can sing and everything. Starts singing, the dog doesn't do anything at all, doesn't even bark, doesn't do anything at all. It's just one of these contestants who is basically one of these loopy ones that are going to say like, oh, I can do this, or I've got this special magical thing that happens, which is more like, why don't you just audition on the other programme and then we can laugh at you on that. But there you go. Sad story of the week. This one, again, you know, I know a lot of people are probably thinking, why am I giving this award out? But, you know, there are some people who come out saying, hey, I've got this story, it's a sad one, let's see how we go through it. And there are some that just basically say, right, I'm here, I'm going to sing, and then later we find out about these things. But this sad one has gone to Shanna Goodhead, who is basically one of these people that lives on the council estate. Not a lot of success has happened their way, money-wise, whatever, and said, right, I want to do this to have a better life for my family, which is absolutely fine. And then performed, which was a really good performance. I liked it, and we'll see how she gets through into boot camp. Best act with potential. We've given this one to a guy called Ricky from Glasgow, who auditioned last year but didn't make it through. He made it through to boot camp, but he was basically voted off on the account that they couldn't, they had a decision to make. Should we put him in? Should we not put him through? And they didn't put him through. He performed, I'd say, a really fantastic performance, and they said, we made a mistake, we shouldn't have done that, which is fair enough. Congratulations, you're through to the next round. So hopefully, I think this is one of these guys where I think he could make it through into the final 12, but let's not get ourselves ahead. Let's see what happens in boot camp. Then we come to the judge of the week. This one was a difficult one. I don't want to really give this continuously to Simon Cowell, even though Simon continuously makes really good comments, and no matter how blunt they are, they're actually spot on. I'm just going to give this one to Simon again. Again, good comments, no matter how harsh. He pretty much got to the point. I think as time goes on, we're going to find the other judges coming out of the shell a bit more. They do come out of the shell, they just seem to be more, Simon is pretty much like, this is how it is, whereas the other three seem to be a bit far behind. Then we come to the last award, the best performance, and I've decided to give this one to the 82-year-old William, doing Come Fly With Me. I like this. I actually really, really like this. I don't know why Simon Cowell's going around going, ooh, I didn't like that at all, because it was a really good performance. It shows, you're never too old to go on the X Factor, obviously, because there's a minimum age requirement. There's not a maximum age requirement. and performs it really well. And unfortunately, the other 25 seem to have the best acts at the moment. So I don't really see William making it through past boot camp. I mean, if he does, great. But I think the fact that he made it through into boot camp, I think, is more of a victory for him as opposed to actually winning the whole thing in general. But we're going to see what happens. And that's it for me. Next week, as you know, there's going to be 2 shows of auditions. So we're basically going to mould it all into one. And then a week after, it's the start of boot camp. So it's all set and going now. So that's it for me. I'm out, and we'll see you next week for 2 auditions. Don't worry, it's not going to be 2 separate ones. We're going to mould it into one, so don't worry about that. So until then, I'm out.